Well, after a feast of jump racing at Cheltenham this week, attention turns to the flat on Saturday with the Winter Derby. Here with me I've got Ed Quigley, Longshot, Racing Post's Wally Pyra and David Hood from William Hill. Ed, I suppose the first one we should start with, top rated horse in the race, Stotfold.
Yeah, Stotfold, very good horse, rated 116, comes in here officially the best horse. I spoke to a colleague the other day who described this horse as a poor man's Yumze, and I thought I could be a little bit harsh, but this is a horse, for all his ability, has not won the amount of races he should have done. If you look back to some of his form from the last couple of seasons, he got within 3-4 lengths of Duke of Marmalade and the Prince of Wales. He was beaten less than a length in the Brigadier Gerard by Conduit and Sema de Triomphe. This is a horse who's competed at the top level. When he ever gets a race where you think, right, this is a gimme, he doesn't go on and win it. And I think he's around the 6-7 to 1 mark as a general rule. I'd probably be looking to take him on just for the fact he seems a horse who perhaps is slightly on the ungenuine side.
And Wally, another pretty classy runner in the race, Soul City, finished third in the Irish Guineas last year.
Yeah, finished third. What was it? I know it finished well at the back in the Dewhurst, but it's a horse that obviously likes soft ground. But the mere fact you got Richard Hughes that rides Lingfield particularly well is going to be backed. But you know, if you're going to ask me from a personal point of view whether I fancy it, no, I don't. But I would imagine that a lot of punters will make a pretty favourable impression on them.
And David, one likely to be popular with the punters, I'd have thought, is Tranquil Tiger, beat Pressfist here back in November.
Yeah, undoubtedly, I think he comes in here looking with all the form figures the right way. He's had his last 2 wins on the all-weather surface being wins. He's got a couple of verdicts over Suits Me in the race as well. And Pressfist has run well out in Dubai. So I think, Henry Cecil, Tom Queally, he'll be towards the fore of the market. There's no doubt about that. He'll be the form horse. And he gets a little bit of weight from Stotfold in these conditions. So I think it's a cracking heat, this, to be honest with you. I do make a case for both Tranquil Tiger and Suits Me. I like the John Hammond's horse, Palladium, who's been running around Cannes-sur-Mer. And of course, Kieran Fallon's jetting back to take the ride on Luca Comani's Fiery Lad, which has had a couple of runs at Meydan. Hasn't really sparkled out there. Don't think this is particularly any easier than he's been taking on at Meydan, but they tell me he just wasn't suited to the Tapperton surface, so maybe the Lingfield surface will suit him a bit better.
Okay, and one who's got some pretty good form at Lingfield, Dalraden. Is that one you like, Ed?
Yeah, I think at the likely double figure price, this would be my best long shot for the race. So William Knight trains it. Now, officially he's got to find £20 with the likes of Stotfold. But the one issue that I would look at would be this horse, for the big stables, the likes of the Cecils and the Hannons, I would question whether they're going to have their horses fully wound up in the middle of March. I'm sure there's going to be bigger and better targets that the likes of Tranquil Tiger and those etc. will go on to try and win later on in the summer. I think this is the race where the smaller trainer can land the blow. And as you say, William Knight has got brilliant course form. He's 4 from 6. And he's 1 from 1 over course and distance. You know he'll handle the surface. He's a horse on the up all the time. And as I say, with doubts about the front 2 or 3 in the market in terms of their suitability, fitness, etc., I think he could be the one to represent good each way value.
Okay, so Dalradian, tip from Ed. Wally, what's your tip?
Well, I thought that was very interesting what Ed said there, because I don't actually think he's got any chance at all of winning this. I think the Tranquil Tiger is the proverbial good thing. I'm sure that when the anti-post odds come out, the anti-post odds, the day of the race odds come out, I'm sure it will be backed. I can't forget when it beat Previs. I mean, he just absolutely murdered it, in a cloud of smoke that horse did that day. And as I really do think, Ed, this is a big pot to win. Never mind about future targets, at Newmarket, etc. This is a big pot. This horse has obviously found its niche at Lingfield. No, please, Tranquil Tiger. The rest nowhere.
Okay, and David, what would be your tip?
I'm going to go with Suits Me. Again, I'm going to disagree to some degree with the boys here. I think this is their season for some of these horses. Cecil, Kumani, Hannon, they have so much strength and depth in their string. They've got the summer horses, but they've also now seen that the money on offer over the winter campaigns with the all-weather races. They've got the Quebec Stakes was a listed race. This Winter Derby is $100,000. They go to Meydan as well. They'll set horses out for a particular season, and it might not be what we think is the traditional flat season. Now they're winter horses. Suits Me, for me, although he's already just been behind Tranquil Tiger. Since then, he's run a cracker in defeat behind Gitano Hernando, who runs in the Dubai World Cup a week on Saturday, and I think he's just still going forward. So I'm going to go with Suits Me.
Well, thanks guys, and don't forget you can see all the highlights to Saturday's action on the Racing Post review at racingpost.com.